Well, it's a beautiful morning here at Blackpool. I just want to show you a little around so you can see exactly where I am. Here we have the Grand Hotel. There we go. So essentially I'm at the top of the seawall, and if we look down here, I'm actually stood by this telescope here, and obviously it's at high tide. I'm essentially around about 50 feet or so above sea level. But just look how clear the sky is today, how blue it is, and obviously we've got some chemtrails going on there. However, I digress. The main point of this video is, why can globers never understand that clear visibility isn't tantamount to seeing very far? Because, believe you me, when I came out of the house this morning and saw how nice the sky was, I thought, excellent, yes, I will go and do a video down on the beach. And I come here and there's nothing to see, literally nothing to see. I'll give you an idea of what you should be seeing. So right over in this direction here, we would have the wind turbines, and obviously we cannot see them. And if I pan across to the right over here, this is where we'd be starting to see Barrow-in-Furness and the mountains and the hills behind it, and obviously we don't see anything. So what's the lesson here? Well, if you were trying to use a theodolite to gauge the horizon on a day like this, your results would return something maybe half the size of the Earth in their model. Literally half the size. And that's because the effects that's happening here is that the blockage is causing you only to see so far along the water. So you can't see the sand dune, for instance, that you would normally see over in this location. You're actually seeing the water. So you would point your theodolite to the center of the screen right now, and this is where you would see, well, where you'd take your measurement from. And obviously that would have an effect of you tilting the theodolite down, i.e. giving you an R value, a curvature. And as I say, it's nothing to do with the fact that we don't have blue skies. We have blue skies. The sun is out, although you can't see it's behind the Grand. But just look how thick the atmosphere is over in this direction here. And it's probably something to do with clouds and the temperature, because it's really cold right now. I think the temperature's only 3 degrees. So wintertime observations, you always get this. You get this blanket coverage of stuff, and it's few and far between days where you can actually go out and see anything, let alone try and take measurements for, can you see further than you should be able to on the sphere model. It's and this is the conditions that the globers would have you go out and film in, and say blockage, curvature, pointing your theodolite, see it's tilting down. It's preposterous to think that this is the conditions where we should see a globe, and yet when you see really, really crystal clear imagery, i.e. there is no problem with the clarity of the air, then on those days when you see things way, way further, because you always do on a good day, they're the days that we have refraction, terrestrial refraction happening, and that's why we can see further. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The globe model is absolute horseshit. So yeah, I just thought I would take you down to the beach, see what's going on. I've come a few times, I've got a little bit of footage on the camera, but essentially this is all I ever see. And I think the next day when we're due, well, I say we're due to get good weather, but I would predict that we should be able to see objects in the distance. I think that will be perhaps next Thursday or next Friday, a couple of days after the full moon, so essentially about a week away. And that's when I'm predicting, obviously, that this moon phase, 2 days after the full moon, will have an effect that it somehow clears the atmosphere so you can see further. Again, you know, this is all through repeated experimentation down here, coming down, observations, and noting that on the days that are just a couple of days after the full moon, I tend to see much further. Everything's clearer. The colours on Blackpool Tower, for instance, are so much brighter. Just everything, you know, everything's much richer. The colours are really bright. You should do it yourself. You should go out and have a look. I mean, it might just be that this is what it is in my location with the couple of days after the full moon, but if you went out and filmed every day for 6 months, you would come up with a cycle where you would be able to relate it to the moon phase. I'm sure of it. And this isn't just talking out of my ass. I mean, this is the fact. I've been here doing this for over a year now, and this is what I've seen every time. So it's very interesting, that's for sure, because let's be honest, nobody knows exactly what we're living in, where we are, how big this place is. All we know is that what we've been told isn't accurate in the slightest, and I think a lot of people are starting to wake up now. So hopefully I'll try and get down here and do some more observations, try and catch up. I've obviously been very busy recently, been trying to get the deposit together for this house that I'm buying, and that's the reason why I've had to be working flat out. I've had very little time to come down and do any observations. So hopefully I'll be moved in within the month, which means I'll be able to set a nice green room up in one of the spare rooms, and yeah, I'm going to make a nice little flat earth studio out of it. And when I'll be doing my live streams, I'll be going on cam. You know, I'll get everything set up, it'll look really cool. And you know, I want to try and make this year not necessarily more observations or such, probably the same amount of observations, but I want to be able to display them and the results in a better way. Obviously, if you look through the videos and stuff, I've just put the videos up as they rolled off the camera. I haven't had the video software to actually edit the videos, but you know, I'll work on that this year, and I'll get something together, and with a studio and everything, it should be really cool. Right, well, I suppose I better get to work, and I'll put this video up later. And oh, by the way, it's Friday. And yeah, I will see you later.